It's a big blow. They have to stop and rethink. Now they're going to try to repeal it outright. And we see this morning Senator from West Virginia already saying that will not happen, that she prefers to represent her constituents and is worried about the effect that repealing it would have on Medicaid and the opioid crisis there. So it is a big hit, but I don't think that they're going to be deterred, and we can talk about that a little bit more.
Anneke, let me bring you in because we are now hearing that the move is going to be made to try to repeal Obamacare with nothing, absolutely nothing as a replacement. I mean, has that got any sort of legs at all?
I think it does, and I actually think it's the best move that they could have made in light of the defections on the Republican side, totaling 4, the most recent being 2 overnight. And the 2 who said they would not vote for a replacement said that because they felt that it didn't go far enough in undoing what Obamacare had put into place. So those 2 people will be more likely to support a straight-up repeal.
Our correspondent Gary O'Donoghue was already saying a number of Republicans indicating they will not support this move. So if he didn't have the numbers before, it is very unlikely he will have the numbers for this particular move. What will be the consequences if that too fails?
I'd be very surprised if he announced they were going to repeal Obamacare if he didn't have the votes or very close to it.
Nina.
Well, I mean, he's announced that he's going to try all sorts of things and he didn't have the votes. So I think that what's happening here is the Republicans in the House and in the Senate are going to continue to try to storm the wall here for their donors. The donors are the ones who want this destroyed. They want their taxes lowered. They want their money back. They don't want to pour money into this entitlement. And they're going to keep trying it and trying it and trying it until kingdom come, because they continue to get supported for it. It's really not about the constituents. It's about the donors. If they really cared about the constituents and cared about this program, they would try to fix it instead of tearing it apart.
Anneke, you clearly disagree with just about all of that. Why?
So I disagree with that because the Republicans took the majority in the House and the Senate in a year that Democrats did not expect, which was 2014. And they have been hammering on Obamacare for a long time. The majority of Americans don't like Obamacare. It's a huge issue with the people who elected Trump. And it's way more than about the donors. It's about middle-class people and lower-class people who feel that they can't afford insurance. It's about healthy young people being forced to purchase insurance they don't feel that they need. And it's about overstepping of government, which is something that's way beyond deep-pocketed Republicans care about.
But Anneke, if you're right, why has this, and you can turn to other areas of his key agenda, why has it all got so bogged down? What is he doing wrong?
Well, so the complication is you've got 2 wings in the Republican Party. You've got people who are more moderate, and you've got who come from states like West Virginia, like Shelley Capito Moore, that accepted additional federal funding for Medicaid, which does pay for lower income Americans. And then you've got people like Senator Moran and Lee, who are on the more conservative side, and they don't want to have any government intervention. And so getting those 2 groups to agree, and then you've got people like Susan Collins, who wants federal funding for Planned Parenthood and thinks that the government should be involved in paying for contraception. So trying to get those groups to agree on how to deal with something that they all agree is a problem is what it's like herding cats. But I think ultimately this isn't going to be Trump's problem. I think it will land on congressional Republicans.
Nina, final word from you. What is Trump doing wrong? Is this a victim of the noise, the controversy he's created over the last few months? Why is he failing to make progress? Is it weakness?
I don't think it's weakness. I don't think he's he's not good at policy making. He's not involved in it as he tries to bully them. I mean, last night his last words were something. I mean, the word dope came up, I think, in his tweet. I mean, he's not a master at manipulating Congress, and that's not his forte. So he's doing a lot of other things behind the scenes, but that's not one of the things that he's good at. It falls more on the Republicans in the House and the Senate. And as far as 2014 and taking 2014, as you know, the 2014 election was the result of a massive gerrymandering program that was stage managed by the Republicans, but that was funded by the donors. So they're responding to the donors. The big donors here want their tax money back. They don't want this program. It's not about the constituents.